All right, let's talk about something that a lot of people get wrong. We're going to break down how to stop just gambling on sports and start treating it like a real professional business. Look, this isn't just about winning a few extra bucks here and there. This is about completely flipping the script on your entire approach, turning a casual hobby into something that can actually be profitable.
This quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Without that professional mindset, you're basically just handing your money over to the bookies. So today, we're going to unpack what it really takes to stop doing charity work and start cashing in.
Okay, so first things first. We have to dismantle the single biggest roadblock for most bettors out there, that constant battle between your heart and your head. It is this emotional trap that keeps you from thinking clearly and making smart decisions.
Now this number you see, 2 out of 38, this represents a really painful lesson from one analyst's early days. That's his win record over an entire season. He got it right just twice. So what went wrong? Simple. He was betting like a fan, not an analyst. And that's the exact mistake we're here to fix today. And that leads us straight into what we call the big team trap. We all know it. It's that flawed belief that just because a team has a famous jersey and a massive stadium, they're guaranteed to win. But that's just an illusion. See, amateurs bet on big names. Professionals bet on hard data.
So this right here, this is the fundamental mental switch you have to make. It's about consciously stripping away all your hopes and desires, wanting your team to win or hoping for that dramatic upset, and focusing only on the cold, hard probabilities of what is most likely to actually happen.
Okay, Section 2. Manage money like a business. This is huge. It's not just about picking winners. It's about making sure your capital survives long enough to bet another day. This is the exact spot where most amateurs get completely wiped out. And this really shows the two different worlds. On one side, you've got the fan. They see their betting money as disposable cash, just part of the fun. But on the other side, you have the analyst, who sees their bankroll as business capital. It's not for kicks. It's a serious investment that has to be protected and grown.
So how do you actually build this financial framework? Well, it starts by mentally relabeling your bankroll as business capital. Next, you adopt a solid tracking system, something like the 100-point unit model. And finally, the unbreakable golden rule. Never, ever bet money you can't comfortably afford to lose. Period.
And this number, 1 to 3%, you need to burn this into your brain. This is your golden rule for staking. You should never wager more than 1 to 3% of your total capital on a single bet. Why? Well, think about it. If you bet an amount that makes your heart pound, fear takes over, your judgment gets cloudy, and you start making awful emotional decisions.
Okay, so we've got our finances in order. Now let's talk strategy. This is not about spraying a dozen bets all over the place on a Saturday afternoon. This is about surgical precision.
Oh man, we've all felt it, right? Odds greed. It's that siren song, that temptation to chase a massive payout on some crazy 500-to-1 accumulator. But let's be real, those bets are designed to lose. A professional ignores that whole lottery ticket mentality and focuses on what actually works. Slow, steady, consistent profit.
So what's the alternative? A laser-focused approach. You identify just 2 or 3 high-value selections for the week. You don't bet on everything under the sun. You pick a specific market, like over 1.5 goals, and you master it until you become an absolute expert.
And this leads us to a really powerful pro-level tactic, the Ghost League strategy. See, while all the amateurs are crowding the big, popular leagues where bookies have mountains of data, the pros are hunting for value in the shadows, in less scrutinized leagues like in Portugal or Turkey, where the odds just aren't as sharp.
Section 4, use data to find value. This right here is the engine of your profit. Professionals don't rely on gut feelings or hunches. They hunt for real, tangible value that's hidden in the data. In practice, this means using tools like SofaScore to really dig into goal ratios. It means doing deep research into team news and injuries. And it means constantly watching how the market moves and the lines change. At the end of the day, you place a bet because the data gives you a solid reason, not because your gut gives you a fuzzy feeling.
This kind of discipline allows you to use powerful systems like this one, the 3-round rollover. The idea is so simple but so effective. You find a good value bet, you reinvest the entire return into the next one, you do that one more time for a 3rd round, and then, this is the key, you cash out. It's a systematic way to grow a small stake.
Let's just look at a real example to see how this works. You start with a small €10 stake. You roll it over 3 times its stable odds of 2.5, and boom! It systematically turns into over €150. This isn't a lottery ticket. It's a calculated, repeatable process for growing your capital.
And finally, Section 5. This is what brings it all together, adopting the professional mindset. Because honestly, the best systems and strategies in the world are totally useless without the discipline to actually execute them.
This quote, it just says it all, doesn't it? You can understand every single concept we've talked about today, but knowledge without disciplined action is completely meaningless. If you stay lazy and don't apply these principles day in and day out, you will simply never master this game.
And this is exactly why meticulous record-keeping is absolutely non-negotiable for a professional. You have to track every single bet, the stake, the odds, the outcome, and, most importantly, your reasoning behind it. This journal becomes your most powerful tool for seeing what works, cutting out what doesn't, and learning from every single wager.
And that leaves us with the final question. After seeing this entire breakdown, you really have to ask yourself, which one are you? A casual punter or a professional analyst? And even more importantly, which one do you truly want to be? The choice and all the discipline it requires is entirely yours.